All right. We're back. Morse Code Podcast, episode 124. I did look it up this time before we hopped on. Dan Morris, Soapy Priap. How's it going, pal? How's your Thursday evening so far?
Pretty good. And this
Good.
is the first time you've been prepared, which is nice.
It is nice. Yep. It feels different. Feels good.
Yeah.
Feels good to be prepared for once. As always, brought to you by Cold River Vodka at Cold River Vodka on Instagram and Twitter, and www.coldrivervodka.com on the internet. I don't know. Speaking of being prepared, where do you want to start tonight?
Did you want to touch on basketball a little bit? Just like the free
basketball. Basketball, okay. I'm open to something new. Yeah, tell me a little bit about basketball. You want to look at the Celtics? You want to start with the Lakers roster or the Celtics roster going into this weekend?
Well, we just covered the Celtics roster, so let's move on to
let's move on to Lakers. Dude, like, god damn. It is like, I get it. I guess I get it. I don't know if I agree with it, but I understand, like, it sounds like they're trying to stay somewhat conservative for signing a free agent next year, which I guess would still be Bradley Beal. But similar to like the Red Sox, like it is tough to like just refresh Twitter and see literally all these other teams signing everyone, making their teams better. I think I said earlier, I think so far the biggest one, it's been like minus Kemba and Fournier, plus Al Horford and Enes Kanter, Josh Richardson.
Yep.
Jeez Louise. I don't know if that makes him better. I don't know. Not really. I really don't know. I mean, I still think there might be something in the works between now and the beginning of the season, but I don't know. If they go into the season with Marcus Smart at point guard, healthy Jaylen Brown, healthy Jason Tatum, maybe an improved Robert Williams, I really don't know. They might be okay. Maybe they're the 7th seed. I don't know. Maybe they get to like the second round and lose to the Heat. I don't know. It's just kind of deflating. One of your favorite words.
Yeah. I've been using that word a lot this week too. On and off of Twitter and basketball, whatever. Yep. Yeah. I guess they're saving all the room for next year, which is cool. It just means that they've got to convert next year, or that's going to be quite a shit show. And then
biggest fear, bro. I don't know, because the Wizards are another team who are getting. I think they're getting better. I mean, they're at least like aggressive. They're doing things.
They are. I think the biggest question with getting Beal is like, I don't think he's definitely a guy who's like bag over wins and titles.
Yeah.
I'd say money and stats over wins and titles until you put him in a situation where he actually has to choose. Because right now, like winning isn't even an option. That team has fucking blown for years.
Correct.
I think if he's put in a situation where he has to choose, where it's like winning and joining Tatum, I think it's a different conversation. So we'll see. But for now, like
a year is a long time, and he can make a lot of money if he resigns with the Wizards. A lot of money. You never know who could get in his ear. His agent, his wife, who, you know what I mean? Like, hey, like, I know you're friends with, Jason, but you're really going to turn down like $200 million, whatever it could be by next year, if they're a competitive team this year. I mean, I think they made the playoffs last year. Like, I think they'll be a competitive team this year. I don't see why they can't sneak into the 7 or the 8 seed. I don't know. I guess we'll just have to see how it goes with those communications going forward. And again, I don't know. Are you completely shutting off the idea of the Celtics making a trade this summer at this point?
Yeah, I think so. I think they're pretty much setting up for next year. And who knows, like maybe after a season of him having to do this again, where the past 2 seasons, it seems like he enjoyed just putting up ridiculous numbers in spite of like just racking up losses. Yeah. But even with him, just the same way that I never thought that I'd hear any rumblings about Damian Lillard possibly wanting to leave. Maybe it'd be the same for him, where he reaches a boiling point where he's like, I'm tired of shouldering the load. One of your phrases. And I want some help, and I want to do this in a fun place where I've got one of my friends and not just That the Wizards is like up until these moves was a ragtag bunch. Besides him and Westbrook, it was the most random assortment of players in the league, I thought.
I would agree. I definitely think they were a ragtag bunch. They were the 8th seed last year, though, right? They did make the playoffs.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't know. The other thing is he could get hurt. I don't know. Could have a bad injury. He could have a falling out with Jason Tatum. I don't know. Jason Tatum could like sleep with his wife or something and cause a riff. Or he might go somewhere else. Maybe makes a new best friend. I don't know. Maybe he befriends Draymond Green in Tokyo and then wants to go to the Wizards next year or the Warriors next year. We'll see. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. But I think if there's any other team, I wouldn't be as upset. But it's like, it's the Boston Celtics. Like you're supposed to, and it's Brad Stevens' first summer as GM. You know what I mean? Like you can do stuff to make your team better this year. I just think the NBA and it's tough to waste a year of Tatum and Brown theoretically, potentially at their peak or like right there, 24, 25 or 23, 24, whatever they are. So I don't know. I mean, the other thing is say they trade. Well, I guess at this point, it's like we talked about last week. At this point, we might as well just wait. We don't have to lose as many assets. We can potentially do it without losing a Rob Williams or draft picks or whatever. I think Marcus Smart's probably inevitable. If he doesn't go this year, he's a free agent next year, right? So you would just sign elsewhere.
I believe that's the case.
Maybe not. I don't know. We'll probably just give him an extension in like game 4 of the season via Twitter video. But yeah, I don't know. Let's go to the Lakers roster. Let's have some fun. This is such a weird. No one else talks about. They still have Antetokounmpo on the roster too.
Oh,
like this is a stacked team. I can't see the first name on Antetokounmpo. I'm going to assume it's Giannis. So they have Antetokounmpo, Carmelo Anthony, not to be confused with Anthony Davis, Dwight Howard, Russell Westbrook. Who's this number 6?
Not to be confused with Trevor Ariza.
Trevor Ariza back in the purple and gold.
The return.
No shit, dude. When was he last with the Lakers? Like 2000? 2000? Wait, where's Trevor Ariza? I can't find him on here. Let's get a little deep dive here. 2004. My goodness. Jeez Louise. I think he won titles with the Lakers, didn't he?
I think he did too.
How many rings does Trevor Ariza have? Because he won. Oh, no, I guess that's it. Hold on, please. Is Trevor Ariza first ballot Hall of Famer?
First ballot Mitchell and Ness Hall of Famer.
Could be. He has worn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 different jerseys.
He's got to be up there in terms of like most teams played for in the history of the league.
Well, let's see. Drafted by the Knicks, Magic, Lakers, Rockets, New Orleans, Washington, Houston, Phoenix, Washington, Sacramento, Portland, Miami, back to Los Angeles. So a couple double dips in here, but overall he's been moved 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 times. He's been part of a change in employer. His LinkedIn must just be blowing up. Congratulations.
He definitely has a hard time
position.
He definitely has a hard time keeping his resume to the recommended one page.
Nah, that ain't happening. It's like here's my resume, volume 1. 6 gigabytes if you want to download it. Volumes 2 through 9 are still loading.
Yeah, it's just a Facebook album of all the jerseys he's worn.
It's just like one of those like 6 DVD box sets. Here, download this whenever you get 13 hours free. Oh my goodness. Anyway, so yeah, and it's interesting because it's like that's just like it is kind of cool. I know it's kind of like a cliche, but when they say like, hey, like the league's better when the Lakers are good or the Yankees are good or whatever, it is kind of cool to have like Showtime Los Angeles back, you know, with like Westbrook out there. And I know the names are relevant, like Melo and Dwight Howard and I guess Trevor Ariza. But from a basketball standpoint, that I don't think that really moves the needle too much. The Howard maybe, because Anthony Davis, you never know how healthy he's going to be. And I do think Melo, I assume Melo doesn't start, does he? He didn't start last year in Portland.
No, but he'll definitely give him good bench
great
and scoring.
If he's cool with that, great veteran bench piece. He could come in and drop. He could still have, a handful of like 20, 25 point games off the bench easily. And if someone gets hurt, he ends up getting more minutes. Definitely. I think Russell Westbrook's going to be interesting. Because he's definitely not going to have triple-double type averages in L. I don't see how that's possible next year with the Lakers. So as long as he's okay with that, which I'm going to assume he's not, could be an interesting fix. They're definitely better than the Celtics. They're probably, I don't know, you think they're the 1 seed next year out west? If everyone's healthy? I'm trying to think. They kind of have to be, right? Yeah, definitely.
Yep.
Who else made moves out west? Phoenix pretty much stayed the same. Clippers, I don't think Kawhi's re-signed with the Clippers yet. No one really seems to be talking about that. That seems very odd to me.
Yeah, and
I'm sure he will.
He's listening to offers.
He's such a weirdo that he's probably like just literally like it's just like the DocuSign is like just sitting in his email and like he'll get to it when he gets to it. Who else? Warriors will be interesting. Mavs. Denver hasn't really done much, right?
They re-signed Will Barton, so I'd get the parade
I stand
ready.
corrected. Denver did big moves, so they're the 2 seed. I think them and the Lakers will probably tie, and we'll see who wins the tiebreaker if Will Barton's in the mix.
They'll split the title. They'll split the Western Conference representative in the finals.
Yeah, tough look for whoever comes out of the East. You got to win twice. You got to beat both. It's a combined. You got to play like the Lakers and the Nuggets combined.
Yeah. Luggets.
I don't know, man. I don't know what to do. Is Marcus Smart the point guard at this point? Like if they don't do anything else?
So I was reading a little bit of Jay King, and it looks like it's going to be like him and Josh Richardson. But it also could be whether or not like who starts.
Right.
Could Richardson be a starter? Because I think he could be and have Marcus Smart come off the bench. They're pretty similar in terms of like their level of playmaking and whatever they bring from a point guard aspect. I'm pretty sure Richardson is definitely a better shooter. I should probably look that up, but that's how low I am on Marcus Smart's shooting. And then
I would take the field on that.
Hopefully some growth from Peyton Pritchard. I liked him in the beginning of last season.
I was just thinking about that. Forward. Why am I drawing a blank here? Grant Williams? Oh, God. No, it can't be. Not starting. You think?
Starting. Grant Williams or Jabari Parker?
Is Jabari Parker still on the team?
Yep.
He's a contracted employee in the NBA past when we picked him up last year. That can't be right. I thought he was on some sort of like work visa or something. Some sort of like assist to work program.
I thought it was an internship.
Like KCP. Yeah, you're right. Was KCP part of that trade? To the Wizards?
Yeah.
That's a bummer.
Yeah, that's a decent.
They got good pieces.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I was saying I would take Kuzma on the Celtics. He just gets a lot of shit because Charles Barkley once called him Carl.
He dresses weird.
He dresses funny.
Yeah. Is he dating a celebrity or was he?
He was at one point. He certainly won't be anymore out of Washington, D.C.
Oh. What the fuck? Stupid internet. I just found an article about Justice Winslow in Celtics trade talks. That'd be a good piece.
Ooh, interesting.
Not to be confused with Carl Winslow. Boston Celtics mailbag. Oh, Mass Live. Reputable site.
I've heard of it.
I can't get past the fucking headline. Talk about clickbait. Boston Celtics mailbag. Justice Winslow as a target. Planning for 2022 free agency. So, all right. So that's the Celtics. Cantor's a starting power forward. And I think him and Peyton Pritchard will probably just switch rotations at the 4. Seriously, who are we missing on the Celtics roster at power forward? Who started last year? Thompson.
Hold on, I have it up from the J. King article. Grant Williams, Barry Parker.
Boy. Yeah, 7 seeds.
They don't even really list it as that. So they go from swings. So I guess that means like forward / center if you really needed to, like small ball.
Oh, Bruno.
Yeah, Al Horford, Robert Williams, Enes Kanter, and Bruno Fernando. And then technically Tristan Thompson is still on the team, but obviously he's about to be traded.
Oh yeah, I'm a little lost on that deal. That is going to be finalized. It just hasn't been finalized yet.
There's a couple of things that are very questionable. So there's that one, which is why isn't it finalized? There's also, I don't know if you saw, it was pretty funny. The Celtics Summer League coach came out and said, I think he said he didn't understand why Grant Williams wasn't playing in Summer League.
I saw that. Yeah. Hey, fair question.
AKA you stink. You should be here.
You stink and you need to get better. Yeah.
And then, and then there was Yam Madar, who was pretty confident that he is going to play on the team this season, which
yeah. There's point guard.
He isn't officially signed. So like, that's not to be taken at, I guess,
I know what you mean. But yeah. I mean, Bruno Fernando could give someone some problems next year. 1.5 points.
What, the trainer?
2 boards. Yeah, right. PER of 6.21. I believe that was up from 6.2 even a couple years ago. So we'll see, man. I don't know.
Yeah, one of Bill Simmons' favorites, I assume.
Oh, good God. This is kind of depressing, man. I don't really want to look at this. I don't know about you, but I've seen a lot of Patriots reporters tweeting about positive N'Keal Harry things, and even some Cam Newton too. I swear I see N'Keal Harry catch his touchdowns like every day at practice. I'm almost there. I'm like right there, as in regards to like giving him one more chance, assuming he's not going to get traded. Speaking of guys who aren't going to get traded,
I must have him muted on my timeline because I haven't seen a single N'Keal Harry thing.
I've probably seen one a day. Either Giardi or
I
don't know.
Okay, Giardi.
Someone. Yeah, he's always capping. I don't know. Can't trust that guy.
Giardi trying to get to the worldwide leader.
Yeah, no kidding. I trust him about as far as I can throw him, which is only like 20, 25 yards. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he honestly has to fit on the roster first. We've broken down the Patriots skill players before. He's not a given unless other people are having terrible camps. Well, I'll say that too. I see pretty much every day Nelson Aguilar drops a touchdown as well. So who knows how that's going to look, and who knows who's going to be throwing it to him.
That's another thing. Is it depends on like who you follow too, because a lot of these players, like one reporter says, "Oh, this guy had a great day," and then you look at another reporter and he's like, "Yeah, this guy was clearly the worst player on the field."
I guess. I mean, I think majority of what I've seen is Cam is looking much better than Mac, and
that's what I've heard.
Okay, I've seen some good N'Keal Harry stuff. Whatever. I mean, it's fine. It's the middle of July or early August. I am looking forward to preseason. That's someone who has to have a very good preseason. N'Keal Harry. He's got to play like 3 quarters a game and do well. I'm curious to see how they use Cam. I hope they play Cam because I think there's only 2 or 3 preseason games this year. Got to give him at least a full quarter, maybe a full half, and then see what Mac Jones does. Because I don't even think Jared Stidham's there anymore. I think he's been on the PUP list for like a month.
Yeah,
perfectly healthy, just physically unable to perform, but doing great otherwise. Loving it.
Questionable, not good at his job.
Yeah, it's questionable if this guy should be an NFL quarterback. So we're gonna pup him. We're gonna put on puppy dog pals. I'm looking forward. What? Go ahead. Seriously, go ahead. Sorry.
I apologize.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. Did you see that the story about Mac Jones being like kind of funny or whatever, like them building team chemistry, and he was doing impersonations of like Cam Newton?
Yeah, I heard of it. I didn't hear the impression.
It just brings me back to that certain viral picture that circulated when he was being drafted. Made me think, how far did he take his impersonation of Cam Newton? Like,
yeah,
that's all I'm saying. If anyone is curious about what I mean, just look up Mac Jones and Barack Obama costume.
Yep. Nailed it. He was Barack Obama for Halloween. You could tell. No question about it.
You couldn't even tell that it was Mac Jones.
I couldn't even tell it was a white person, to be perfectly honest with you. Yeah, that's tough luck. But it's New England, so they'll sweep it under the rug. Move on. What was I going to say? Good picture came out today of Cam Newton wearing a large cap, which I immediately screenshotted to keep in the holster for Colin Cap on Twitter. That'll be a good one.
Dude, anytime someone shows up with a big hat,
love it.
Or with a lot of hats, those are such good pictures. Yeah.
Yep. Instant gratification. Instant
I
ROI.
have so many of those.
Yeah. I love it. Yeah. Very good stuff. Cam's been tough. I mean, did you hear some of the Kirk Cousins quotes that came out today? Real good.
I did. Did Cam comment on them?
No, but Cam had another typical, if asked about vaccination, said, that's private. I think that's HIPAA. I'd rather keep it to myself, which is weird for someone. I was talking to Lang today. Weird for someone who has literally a YouTube channel vlog diving into pretty much every aspect of their life. But no, that's private. That's between me and myself.
Yeah. Which
is a weird way to just say no, right? Like no one who's vaccinated is saying that's private.
Correct.
I'm not going to tell you. So it's a weird way to answer a question. And then I guess that's the middle. The other end of the spectrum is like Cole Beasley, who's verbal about like, I am for sure not vaccinated. It's not personal. It's between all of us. And I'm going to let you know about it. And then the guys who, I don't think there's too many like pro-vax. I don't know. Like it's just, I don't know. I don't want to get too into it, but it's like, if you don't want to, you must know you're going to get asked this probably every day because that's what's going to get attention on Twitter. So I guess just get used to doing this. But the Kirk Cousins one was weird because he came out, he's been like Kirk Cousins versus COVID for a while. He was the guy last year who was like, hey, if I die, I die, which is great confidence boosting from your quarterback. But today, that was great. Basically said, I'm in the process, or like I'm considering building a plexiglass area in the quarterback room, just so I can keep everyone safe and, follow the protocols. And I think someone asked him, like, wouldn't it be easier just to get vaccinated? And then just like the cliche, nah, it's private. That's HIPAA. I still think Dax was the best. Nah, I think that's like HIPAA, bro. So next question.
I saw a pretty funny tweet from one of our followers, Troy, who was like, Kirk Cousins, when asked about like his stance on drunk driving, said that he's going to continue to drive intoxicated, but instead he's going to have his car raised like 40 feet above the ground so that he's not a problem to anyone else. And then when he was asked, why wouldn't you just not drunk drive?
Oh, that's great.
Personal matter. I like to keep that to myself.
Yeah, we'll see. But I don't get it because I was thinking about this too. It's like, all right, you're gonna, even if he does take all the precautions in the quarterback room, that's fine. I mean, it's better than nothing. But then what? You immediately go to 2 hours of practice, literally under the center, like in a huddle. Like I don't think I follow.
Yeah, I definitely don't understand it either. And his coach even came out and said, if we could just follow like the simple rules, we'd be able to have no problems whatsoever. I was surprised when he came out and said that, but
Mike, sorry, Zimmer. This is the US of A. What are you gonna do? I think that's one of the main things I really don't understand about all like the freedom pushback. Like we have rules in the country. Like I get like it's cool to say it's a free country, which for many things it is, but obviously there's rules. Like it would just be an anarchy if there weren't any rules. There's just another rule.
Yeah.
Like in most states, in some states you have to wear a seatbelt, otherwise you get fined and have to pay money for it. Okay, I'll just fucking follow the rules. Anyway, Tom Brady's birthday was in the news. Did you see this?
I did.
Tom Brady, 44 years old. It's so weird to say that out loud. Like Tom Brady's 44. He was drafted in 2000. What's your favorite, like, I'm sure you've seen this before, but they break up like Tom Brady has like 2 or 3 separate Hall of Fame careers.
Yeah.
What's like your favorite Tom Brady? I think of it as like rookie up to like the Eagles Super Bowl, I guess. The first Eagles Super Bowl, I guess.
Yep.
When he was still like, he was winning Super Bowls. He was very good. But I almost think like that middle era where we really didn't win Super Bowls was probably like when he was at his best, like individually, like 07, like winning MVPs, breaking records. Then there was Dynasty 2. And then I guess if you want to count Tampa separately, or even like his last, like that waste of a year in 2019 and then 2020. But like, what do you think? Like when you think Tom Brady, like where do you immediately usually go to?
I would say my favorite is Dynasty 2.
Definitely.
And not just because of like the recency stuff, but like the 2 of the 3 Super Bowls were so good.
Awesome. Yep. I think that's really runs. Where like LFG Brady came from too. Like they like really on the sideline, really like barking at guys, really getting, we knew about his relationship with his receivers like Edelman and Amendola and Gronk and stuff. Like we had that in the first dynasty, but I think just football was different back then. Like we didn't really know these people off the field. And I think that's right when Brady was getting into social media too.
Yeah.
That's probably around TB. When did TB12 start? Like the Alex Guerrero stuff. Around there, right? A little before the Seattle Super Bowl.
Yeah, I think so. I want to say like the early 2010s, if I had to guess.
Yeah. That was definitely a transition. And then I do like Tampa Brady for some things. Like he's funny. I think it'd be different if he was since he's not our quarterback. Obviously, I don't pay attention too much, but some of the stuff he does online is like pretty cringy, but some of it actually is pretty funny, and like pretty cool. So I like watching that too, but I don't know. Happy birthday, Tom Brady. Decent career. Just going through some of his accolades here. I don't know. He's thrown a few touchdowns.
I would say some of my favorite images of him are when they would hand out the rings at like Kraft's house afterwards during the off season, and it's him and Belichick putting on like 4 or 5 and then 6 rings and then flashing
Ridiculous.
them. Yeah. Those are some good images. I also liked when completely unrelated from his performance, but remember when he was just changing his hairstyle every fucking day?
Yeah. What's your favorite Tom Brady hairstyle?
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't mind when he went like full flow and it was like to his shoulder.
I hated that one.
It was a ridiculous look, but
I think that's when he tore his ACL.
Yeah, that was I remember the game where it was like 54-0 against the Titans.
Yeah.
I think he was rocking that hair.
Definitely.
And he had the that was like the final time that they wore the red uniforms too.
Yep. Sure was. Let's go through his 2007 season. Record-breaking season, nonetheless. He led the league in completion percentage, yards, touchdowns, touchdown percentage, yards per attempt, average yards per attempt. I don't know what the difference there is. Average yards per game, quarterback rate, QBR, NY over A. I don't know what that would be. 4 QC. Is that fourth quarter comebacks maybe? He had 4 of them.
Probably.
Game-winning drives he led the league in. Touchdowns, obviously. So he's pretty good. I don't know if you want to like debate this. I think you said off air you don't think he's very good. A little overrated.
I did say that, yeah. And I'd like to keep that conversation private. That's a personal matter.
Wow. Speaking of N'Keal Harry numbers, dude, 0 catches in 2004. 0 catches on 0 targets. Like, not even trying to help his team win.
That's what I'm saying. They didn't even have to like guard him or take him into account.
You remember that play when he juked Brian Urlacher? I think it was like a QB run. He's had, I'll say this too. He's obviously by far the best QB sneaker of all time. Not even close. Like there's literally, like you knew it was coming. It was so obvious. And there was just nothing you could do to stop it. Undefeated at 4th and 1 might as well be 1st and 10. Like just to save everyone some time. Signal the chain gang. flip the numbers and let's play some fucking football.
I was always afraid of the ones where he couldn't just reach over and instead he had to jump up and kind of put his head in there.
Yeah. Surprised you didn't, like nervous about him getting paralyzed from the neck down. Yeah,
me too. Paralysis was definitely on my mind.
Yeah, dude, because you're right. He would take a snap and just go straight forward into a line of 20 very large men, but would usually be successful. I honestly can't remember any of that he didn't get. I could probably look it up later because I don't feel like doing it now, but he's got to be at least 80%. And that's probably being super conservative.
Yeah. He's also got some good
conservative.
He's also got some good like memes and gifs. Like
great
going
ones.
for high fives.
Phenomenal.
Turn down.
Him in that extremely large jacket on the sideline.
Just
those videos. Yep. Just those videos of his training camp picture, like changing over time is so freaky to watch.
Oh yeah.
Like his headshot rather.
Oh yeah, we can agree that he's definitely had plastic surgery, right?
I would say multiple
injections.
He's definitely got his shot.
Yeah. Well, that one. Yeah.
Yeah. He's probably vaccinated, right? He's way too big of a liability to not be.
That and the fact that if it was something that could possibly impede another
that's
Super
what
Bowl,
I mean. That's actually a really good point. Because I'm sure you see that quote Michael Irvin had a few weeks ago that people are up in arms about. He's not lying. That's exactly the point. Like, hey, we need you to do this if you want to win the Super Bowl. It just is what it is. He's like, no problem. I'll take 2 at the same time, please, if I can. If not, fine. But just double jab me, 1 in each arm.
Can I get a spare for the road?
Yeah, it reminds me of that Dave Chappelle skit when he signed about R. Kelly. And it's like, all right, bring in R. Kelly. Tell him to stay away from my face. No problem. Tom Brady, good.
Oh, the other meme is him going out to catch the pass and then dropping it.
Yeah, not great.
That's a good gif.
That one against the Eagles. That's a really overblown play. That had nothing to do with anything.
Yeah,
that wasn't a game-changing play.
No,
I mean we just went
that
through
was actually in
warm-ups.
So
I think it was too. I was in warm-ups at Michigan. I'm pretty sure. I don't know why everyone's so upset about it.
Oh, the picture of him at the measurables at the combine with just shorts on. That's like an iconic
Phenomenal
picture.
That should be in the Hall of Fame.
That gives hope to anyone who looks mildly not athletic at all, because he looks like not a professional athlete.
Looks like your average Joe.
Yeah.
Mac Jones too. Mac Jones looked worse than that, actually. Mac Jones looked kind of fat.
Yeah, Mac Jones definitely had some moves going on.
Oh, speaking of good memes, have you seen the ones going around of Zach Wilson signing his contract?
No.
You haven't seen that picture?
No.
Oh, it's so good. Just like ultimate Chad. Oh, let me pull it up real quick.
Chad Wilson.
I think that kid's going to get his fucking shit handed to him for at least a year or two. He's so small. Zach Wilson signing contract. Hold on here. Oh, boy. What a terrible franchise. They might be the worst franchise in my lifetime, the Jets.
Watch his lineman.
I know they were good.
Watch his lineman. No, get out of the way and just play Matador defense.
Get the hell out the way.
Yeah, just let the rush absolutely envelop him.
Hey, you got to learn, kid. Welcome to the NFL, rookie. You're going to get someone killed. Zach Wilson signing contract. How's this not the first thing to pop up? It's driving me freaking nuts. I'll find it later, put in the show notes. We're kind of going all over the place, but let's talk about this. Oh, let's talk about this.
Yes, let's talk about this.
Segue. Do you think Donda's coming out tomorrow? Tonight?
Oh, yeah, I do.
Do you?
I have faith.
All right. I don't know. I hope so. I hope Kanye West doesn't trip and fall and impale himself. Oh no. This shouldn't be a surprise. Zach Wilson talking with a mask on at the podium. Can't imagine he's not vaccinated. See some of the Nick Bosa stuff going around? His girlfriend?
I know that he's bootstrappy. Is his girlfriend too?
You really haven't seen this? Seriously?
No. I've been off the internet a couple days.
Yeah, that sounds nice actually. Real bad, bro. They pulled his girlfriend's tweets from like 10 years ago. Typical white girl. A lot of N-words for a white girl on a public platform.
Was it like song lyrics?
Nope. Certainly not.
Was it in response to other people's tweets?
Nope.
So she just tweeted and she likes to use that word?
Yeah, let's first of all, hold on. So here's the Zach Wilson one I was talking about once it gets clear.
Oh my God.
And basically like people are like, go ahead.
One of the Home Improvement brothers.
Yeah, people were saying it looked like a kid working the front desk at like a youth ministry camp, or like a textbook picture. But yeah, dude, Nick Bosa. I mean, obviously I can't repeat what she said, but hold on, let me find it real quick. Oh, Nick Bosa, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Some people just. No, what's a great meme is this is the first thing that popped up. This Hulk Hogan meme going to spray paint NWO. That's such a good one. Sometimes the internet is just the worst, but sometimes every now and then there's such good things that come from it. I'm not gonna look this up, but yeah, some questionable tweets. Oh, a lot of F words too. The Tom Brenneman F word, not F-U-C-K. Yeah. a lot of not so great things, but am I surprised? Can't say that I am. Is he a great pass rusher? Sure. Tough-nosed kid, you got it. Questionable people in his life, you betcha.
Yeah, a little bit of that too.
What are you gonna do? So Kanye West, yeah. I think it might come out tonight. I don't know. I thought it was gonna come out last time. But he's been living in Mercedes-Benz Dome. He's wearing like spiked clothes and a mask.
Yep.
All things point to he's working. Yeah. I don't know if that means the album's gonna stink or if it's good. Like sometimes if he goes too off the rails, it's good. When he's like just enough crazy or like running for president, that album's gonna be trash.
Mm-hmm.
If he just broke up with someone, album's probably gonna be good. So that's on the pros list.
Yeah.
So we'll see. There's a lot of factors to be considered.
We basically need to root for like trauma in his life, honestly.
Oh, something terrible needs to happen. Yeah, absolutely terrible, but not too terrible where he goes too crazy. So it's a tough line. Dude, I'm honestly like, I'm really going to be disappointed if it's just one of those 10 tracks, which is weird fucking noises and like gospel readings. It's just like, come on, bro. Like you have way too many diehard fans to like not care or just to get that weird where no one's going to like it except you and like your new weird friends. I saw someone put this out today. I think it was, I don't know, someone, but they're talking about like what musician would be the musician to have like a Last Dance type, like 10-part documentary. I think it's got to be Kanye at this point. Just way too interesting of a person.
I think it would be. I would just hope that if they did something like that it would be about the Dark Fantasy album.
Yeah, I was going to say 10 episodes is far not a big enough number. You'd probably do 10 episodes an album. Or similar to Brady, like so many different like eras of a completely different person.
Oh, they are doing that one.
Brady? Yeah. Yeah, that'll be good. It's like one per Super Bowl pretty much, right?
I'm not sure. I just remember when it was kind of announced that ESPN was doing it. Obviously, he doesn't get the same level of adoration that Jordan got outside of New England. So
good point.
Should be interesting reception.
And ESPN hates the Patriots.
Yeah.
So I don't know how it's going to work. But they also love LeBron and made an MJ documentary. So I don't know. Who do you think's better, LeBron James or Michael Jordan? You ever compared those two before?
Did you see this somewhere?
I don't know. I saw it on Parler earlier. Which one is more of a communist threat to the country is how they worded it. But
so obviously I know we don't want to get into the debate, but I will say that picture that I sent to the group chat.
Which one? Like his teammates?
Yeah. I feel like that's a pretty damning picture in terms of like, yeah. So I'll paint it this way. Like, so the picture shows all of LeBron's best teammates and it shows MJ's best teammates on their way to their titles. Yeah. And it's a steep drop off because it goes MJ, Pippen, and yeah, Rodman is an all-time great rebounder, but he has no offensive skill whatsoever.
No, and he was only there for the second half too. Yeah, he was only there for the second half. 3 titles.
And he was the only one that was signed, and brought in.
Good point.
So that's what pisses me off, that like people start to say, well, LeBron didn't start super teams.
Oh no, that's obviously a fact. But what was I going to say? The landscape of the NBA was obviously different back then. But still, it's that big of a like LeBron's list goes off the page and then they have to like put it down at the bottom, like going horizontally.
Yeah.
I think the funniest part I saw, it's probably pretty easy to pull. Actually, after today, maybe not. This chat's probably pretty deep at this point. The one I thought was funny. So it goes like side by side. So like, for example, the second teammate would be like Pippen on the left and like Wade or Kyrie or someone on the right. At some point it got to the depth of like, I think it was Chris Bosh matched up with Horace Grant on the other side. He was like, come on, bro. Like, what are we doing? Like, of course it's not even close. But yeah, that's a very good point. And also like LeBron goes on the record saying like, hey, let's get so-and-so here.
Yeah.
Like I am definitely recruiting these guys. Like I know people mention like, oh, well, they don't have social media. Well, no, but they had all-star games. These guys golfed players talk to each other.
Yeah, they
could have done this if they wanted to. They're all in fucking Space Jam. Like if they wanted to, Mike just could have signed the cast of Space Jam. So yeah, let's see. So the right side goes Wade, AD, Kyrie, Bosh, Kevin Love. They included Ray Allen, but I won't even give him that one. That was towards the end of his time, Ray Allen. Sajunas Ilgauskas. So let's just do top 3. Dwayne Wade, Anthony Davis, Kyrie Irving versus Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman, and Horace Grant. And then Steve Kerr, no All-Star appearance, Tony Kukoc. Like these guys aren't, you don't even know, you only know who those guys are because they were on the Bulls playing with Michael Jordan. You know what I mean? You like Dwayne Wade, Anthony Davis, Kyrie Irving, Chris Bosh, Kevin Love. I'll give Ray Allen. I don't know why Ilgauskas is so high. I guess he's better than all these honorable mentions. But here's the other thing. Like, you have these teammates, but also Michael didn't lose with any of his teammates.
Right.
LeBron lost with these guys. Like, you had these guys and you still didn't win every ring. And I get it. You ran into some good teams. But again, if you watch Last Dance, it's not like Mike had a year off where he just played some team who snuck into the finals who shouldn't have been there.
Right.
I think you can argue he probably played the best team in the Western Conference the majority of those finals, as LeBron did. But yeah, I know. It's just one of those. And I've said before, I think I said last year, it's like, I think LeBron can make some headway on those numbers. But we just talked about the Lakers roster this year. Now you add Russell Westbrook.
Yeah.
Now you add, I guess you can say Carmelo and Dwight Howard, but I know they're not as good as they are now, but those are big names that other teams I'm sure would benefit from signing in free agency. Oh, Malik Monk. That's the other kid they signed. I like him too. He's a solid player. He'll probably have more of an impact than Carmelo and Dwight Howard.
Dude, and they got him for the vet minimum. So that's the thing is that
I didn't even know he was considered a veteran.
Anytime that like,
that's where it hurts. That's where that's a super team.
Yeah.
You're going there to play on the Lakers with LeBron and win a championship.
Like, not only is it the winning thing, but you get to go to Los Angeles. So it's like,
that's as close as you can play for free, is signing a veteran minimum when you're still a pretty good player. He could have got 30 million. Doug McDermott got 42 million. He could have got that somewhere easily. Like, not even close.
I have no idea if the Celtics actually wanted Patty Mills or not. I just thought that he's not a great player.
Would have been a great fit.
I think he's a really good piece. And if the Celtics just didn't want him, that's fine. But if the Celtics wanted him, but they weren't willing to give him the 12 million over 2 years that he got, and it was just, he was like, nah, fuck this. I'll take 12 million over 2 years from Brooklyn because I actually have a chance to win there, as opposed to even if the Celtics were willing to give him more money and he still turned it down, like that's still a bad look too. Because like, well, he just wants to play with superstars and a chance to win, and he's willing to take a discount to do so.
Yeah. This is a great tweet I just saw. Griff retweeted it. Kirk Cousins says he's been doing a lot of research. When asked if he's made contact with Dr. Alan Sills, who I assume is like a team doctor, or maybe he's like the NFL vaccine guy, he says no. So Griff goes, it has to be damn near impossible to conduct a double-blind placebo clinical trial while also training to be an NFL quarterback. But if anyone can do it, it's Michigan State graduate Kirk Cousins. Oh, this guy.
Thanks, Griff.
Good Lord, is that a tough one? That's such a high... Oh. You know what? Like, Kirk Cousins is right there on the fringe. I don't think he's good enough to necessarily be like, this is worth the risk. I don't even know why Cole Beasley is in that category. The only one that is a clear no-brainer is probably DeAndre Hopkins. Yep. He doesn't want to get vaccinated. We'll fucking figure it out. But like these other guys, like that's another, again, to go back to Michael Irvin's comment, if you're doing this shit and you're like a Hard Knocks guy, like trying to make the team, it's not going to help. You got to weigh pros and cons. Like it's a $1 billion company. I was talking to Ari about this last night. Like someone like Patrick Mahomes, someone like whoever, but even higher up from like Goodell's standpoint, of course you gotta encourage something like this. Say Mahomes and Brady get sick on. Say there's a COVID outbreak in Tampa, and that Week 4 game with New England has to get postponed. You're going to lose millions and millions of dollars.
Oh yeah, it's
just business risk. Like you have to do it. You have to at least encourage it and make people accountable to do it. Just is what it is. I mean, it's like I said, it's business. Business is business, buddy.
Is it still Randall Cunningham and Dante Culpepper backing him up in Minnesota?
Sure as shit could be. I don't know.
I have no idea who the backup is, but I know he's hoping.
Well, it's Kellen Mond, the rookie, who was the first one to test positive. And Kirk Cousins only got out because he was a close contact. Or maybe it was the other way around. I don't know. All three quarterbacks were considered close contacts, which, again, no shit. Like you're with each other probably 10 hours a day.
Yeah.
So.
Don't quarterbacks also have to share like silverware? Or am I thinking of something else?
I think you're thinking of something else.
Okay.
But I don't know. We'll wait till we get Volan back on the show to ask him. Or Giardi. Giardi would know. Son of a gun. What do we
Did you know that there's a game tonight?
Yeah. Hall of Fame game. Worst game of the year. You won't know anybody on the field by 5 minutes into it. Yeah. What time's that on? I'll probably watch it.
I think it's pretty shortly.
Right now?
Yeah.
All right. We'll go live to Hall of Fame game. What do we got here? I don't know if there's any big other things we should get into tonight. Was there anything on the list you want to touch on before we sign off?
Let's see.
I haven't addressed the Buffalo Wild Wings fiasco yet.
Well, why don't you wrap up with that then?
I know,
and maybe one of the other things if we have some.
Yeah. Okay. So I don't know where to start here. So take you a little behind the scenes into my life. We've been doing takeout for wings probably like once every couple of weeks, maybe over the past like few months, because there's a Buffalo Wild Wings next to my wife's work. So it's pretty convenient for her to just get out. I order it online. She picks it up, come home, and enjoy a nice hot meal. And it was great. They have some good deals. And then eventually, I don't know, the last few times, it's like, seriously, it's weird. Like the wings have been getting like smaller and smaller, like as we go.
And hairier?
I think so. Maybe. I don't know.
Or maybe hair staying at an even level.
I'll put it this way. They look less and less like chicken wings every time we get them.
Okay. Not the best sign.
No, definitely not. And like, whether we want to or not, we've basically become wing advocates in the podcasting world by accident.
Oh yeah.
Over the past like year or so. So I know what I'm talking about. I've done my research. Last night, I don't know if I was in a bad mood or it's put me over the edge, but I'm looking at these and I was like, Like, this is enough's enough. Like, these aren't chicken wings. Like, and like I said too, it's like you order 20 wings or whatever. They're not all going to be winners. I get you'll probably get maybe a couple. But I'm telling you, bro, like I happened to take a picture of a few just because I tried to eat through the other ones just to see what was going on. But there was one, that one in the middle is definitely the best one. And I tried to eat it afterwards. There was no, like, it was literally just like chicken bone and cartilage. Like, there was no meat on it, covered in like seasoning. And I was like, this is crazy. And then the other drumstick was like, it was like just like the end of the drumstick, the traditionally meaty part of the drumstick, minus the meat. Like, I don't know what it was. And now that I'm like picturing these and thinking, I don't know what animal they got these from. Like, it doesn't look like a chicken.
Well, that specific piece that's in question, I can picture that, because if you go to like the grocery store and you get like the biggest wings that they have available, or obviously uncooked, it'll be like the three pieces that are all connected are the drum, the flat, and then that fucking weird ass piece that you got, which is typically supposed to be cut off because it's full of hair.
I don't know what these are.
That middle one is the third piece of a wing. It's a third
bullshit
joint.
Look at this top one though. It almost looks like a boneless wing with the bone.
That looks like the top of a drum.
I think that's what it was supposed to be.
But there should have been more to it.
That's what I thought. That's what I hoped for. So anyway, I took a picture last night, sent it to you guys. I did tweet them last night, and actually shout out Mike Bolio. He's the one who started this whole thing. I just tweeted at Buffalo Wild Wings. He went in there and tagged Buffalo Wild Wings guest services.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, at BW Wings Cares on Twitter. Give them a follow. So that's when they got involved. So a little around, let's go right to it here. Oh man, so let's start from the top. My original tweet 23 hours ago. Are you shitting me, Buffalo Wild Wings, ... Kiss goodbye any future sponsorship opportunity with the Morse Code Pod. Sad. Because, like I said,
sassy.
We talk wings on this show. Like, I don't want to sound like pompous, whatever. We could bury this company if we wanted to. If we go on the record and talk ill of them, which I guess we have been, just wait till the end of the story. They could be out of business. I don't like talking poorly about these small mom and pop shop businesses in a pandemic. But customer service has to be a part of the equation at some point.
Oh, there's only one button we'd have to push.
Yeah, right. They come back. Hi, Dan. We apologize for your experience. Completely unacceptable. Can you send us a DM and let us know more details? Fine. Send him a DM. BWW takeout has been a recent staple in my household over the past few months, since it's right across the street from my wife's work. Nothing better than a nice wing night after a long day. However, the decline in quality has been noticeable, to say the least, over the past few orders. There were a number of wings in that order that I genuinely don't think had more than a hair or two of actual chicken meat. I understand when ordering 20 or so wings, they're not all going to be winners, but I feel rather upset and, quite frankly, disappointed after seeing at least 4 or 5, maybe more, that seem to be nothing more than cartilage and seasoning. I don't want to make a big fuss out of this, but unfortunately, I may need to look into a new establishment to help provide my family with the joy of wing night going forward. I certainly appreciate you reaching out, and if you can think of a way to remedy and perhaps make me feel better about considering BWW again, I'm opening to listening. Either way, thanks for reaching out. And that was at 9:49 a.m. I didn't honestly expect to hear anything back. 9:51 a.m., not more than 2 minutes later. Thanks for bringing this to our attention, Dan. Definitely not the experience we want you to have with us. Can you let us know which location you visited? I let him know the specific location. Thank you. The photo you shared, was that an order you placed last night? Me. It was. It was. Period. I don't want to get, and this is me again, because I actually did feel bad at this point. I was like, I don't want to get anyone in trouble. Just simply thought it could serve as a teaching.
Too late.
I know we only want the finest product at all times. And as I mentioned, my family has always been big fans of the delicious food and fair pricing. Thanks again. And I honestly thought that was it. 2 minutes later, thanks. Tone's changed. Thanks, period. We're going to follow up with the team in Maine. So I assume everyone just got fired.
Yeah, you definitely, that restaurant doesn't exist anymore.
We'd love the opportunity to make it up to you and have your next visit be on us. Can you share your email address with us? We'll send through a gift card to use on your next visit. Now, I had to think about this one for a little bit. I almost didn't do it. Just washed my hands with it. But like N'Keal Harry, I think I'm going to give him one more chance. I said, wow, that is extremely generous of you and the true sign of a company who cares. I appreciate your willingness to appropriately take constructive criticism and use it as an opportunity to become better. If only everyone thought that way. This world and this country may be in a much better place. But anyway, yes, I will send you my email shortly. Thanks again. And more importantly, thanks for listening.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service.
You hit him with the salute emoji.
Yeah. I just sent him with the trailer to Saving Private Ryan on YouTube. Saving Private Danny. Send him my email. And then, like any good salesperson, they follow up. Thanks. Check your email. You should have received a gift card from us. And I wrote back like 2 hours later. Seriously, thank you so much. In all seriousness, I didn't mean to create a big fuss and was obviously just kind of kidding around. Looking forward to wing night next week. Exclamation point. That's how you do it. That's like, I don't know, customer service 101.
Well, they definitely thought that was far more serious on their end than you were making it out to be.
For sure. I almost like, if I order next time online, I might like screenshot that and put it in like the special delivery notes and be like, hey, no pressure, but this is a big order.
In case you were wondering, I'm that guy.
A lot of rides on these wings. I'm sure you heard about customer 001267 in Old Orchard Beach, Maine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice to meet you. Like this might be the biggest night of your life. Some fucking like 17-year-old kid's probably in hell right now going through like training protocol to get back on the good graces of his manager. But like I said, you got to stand up for what's right. If there's so many people pushing back on certain initiatives in this country, like, God damn it, I'm going to do the same when it comes to something I'm passionate about.
Yeah. When it comes to something that matters.
And that's chain restaurant chicken wings. So, but it's funny. Like we were talking in the group chat today, like I really do I think Buffalo Wild Wings is a good place to go watch a game, like have some beers. In restaurant experience is pretty fun, but I think that might like shadow or like cast over the food quality. When you do takeout, you know, that speaking of like double blind experiments, that's the only way to really test it.
Yeah.
So I think I'll either like go live or like record me opening the box next time and see how it goes. Maybe, hey, if I do it Thursday, we can do it on the show. I don't know.
Yeah.
See if we can get them on our show somehow.
If things go south, I think you should take a picture and tag PETA and be like, hey, heard of these guys?
We're fucking done here. I gave you one more shot and you absolutely blew it. So I don't want a gift card. I don't want a response. I just want to let you know I'm done.
Wow.
So it's been a tough day. But I have faith in them. You know, they did they could have easily ignored me. I'm just a small fish in a big pond, but it's nice to see a company who cares and, you know, can take some criticism.
Hey, so that's how you get things done, though.
It is. That's how you close. And that brings us to our Buffalo Wild Wings Power Hour, brought to you proudly by Buffalo Wild Wings. Just kidding. Did you want to touch on anything before we hop off? Whatever you want. Agenda Free Friday.
Jeremy Fontaine.
The Bernardi Auto Group.
Jeremy Fontaine, we once again did not get to your question.
What's his question?
Okay.
Your favorite breed of snake?
Yeah. What's our
trouser?
What's a favorite body part?
Oh, we got a couple. We got Balin's question too. I totally forgot about too.
Let's see.
Let's save that one. Sorry, Balin. That's a deep dive though. Good one. No pun intended.
What's our favorite body part to lose to a snapping turtle?
Is that really what he asked? It's a good question.
Let's see here. Where the hell is the question, Jeremy?
You finished Barry season 1 yet?
Yep.
Nice. Great season. I'll probably start 2 next week. We can talk about it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good idea. All right. Okay. I'll read the whole thing. It sums down to like something pretty simple, but I'll just read it verbatim.
Sounds great.
He goes, I was wondering if international players in the NHL would rather win a gold medal for their country than winning the Stanley Cup. A few weeks ago, Luka said he would rather win a gold medal for Slovenia than an NBA championship. And I feel like this could be a common theme with the rise of international player stardoms in all sports. Down the line, could this change who the leagues would want the face of their sport to be, like Luka being the face of the NBA or even in the face of a team in the next 4 to 5 years, if he rather win a gold than a championship? What if Ohtani would rather win a gold with Japan than win a World Series?
So what's the question?
I'm not really sure. I don't know. I guess we can just talk about it.
No, I think it's an interesting thought. NHL, definitely. I think that's like a no-brainer. I don't think anyone gives a shit about the NHL. Like, non-American players. NBA or basketball, rather, I can see it. I just think it's never been a question because no one besides US is going to win the gold. So why even? Who gives a shit? That'd be huge if Luka won a gold. It's not going to happen this year because he already lost. But I can see that. That also might change if he wins a NBA championship.
Yeah.
And be like, this is far better. Far more hoes come with this title than the other one. I would think.
Yeah, this $820 piece of gold, that's fine. But I'll take the title and like all the. I assume winning a title gets you like an extra friggin' bonus in your.
I was gonna say Mark Cuban gave me his house for the summer, so I'll do this again. Thank you. That's fine.
Yeah, and I think the other thing is like winning a gold.
Well, I mean, who else could do it? Luka's the only person to even talk about. I think
the Ohtani thing was good.
Yeah, but that's baseball. No one cares. No one watches. No one watches Major League Baseball, let alone Olympic baseball.
That's true.
But if you're talking about from his perspective, well, I don't know either. Because if that's the case, players would probably just stay in Japan.
Yeah.
I think someone like Ohtani and Ichiro just probably dominated international play for so long. It's like, all right, I guess I'll go dominate the highest level of baseball. But nah, baseball, no chance. NBA, maybe. Or basketball, rather, maybe. But I'm trying to think who else it could be. They're playing France in the title game, right?
Yeah.
So you think Rudy Gobert gives a shit about this Olympic gold as opposed to winning with the Jazz?
I've been watching a lot of Nick Batum.
Oh, boy, that's a tough look. I don't know how Luka didn't just spit in his face. All right. Okay, bro. Good. Yeah, good game. Oh, fucking getting talked down to like a little boy from Nick Batum. Fuck out of here, bro. Oh, Nick Batum is just flying high off that god-awful contract he was given by Michael Jordan.
Yeah, I don't think it matters too much because number one, the Olympics is only every 4 years to begin with.
I just, even if you go American players, like, I just think the way it's been is like an Olympic medal is just like a nice, like supplement to what you do in the NBA. It's never brought up in the top like 5 accomplishments. It's like titles, MVPs, you know what I mean? Scoring titles, whatever. Oh, and he won gold. Like that's not the make or break for anyone's like Hall of Fame resume.
Yeah, because most of the time, especially when you're talking about American players, they're playing on a stacked team, so they don't even care about it that much.
If you make the roster, you get a gold medal.
Yeah.
Like it's going to happen. It's
there's not really a star or a leader of the Olympic team. It's just who are the 4 best guys. So
yeah, good point. Nah, I mean, there's obviously been a lot of talk lately about like international basketball catching up with America, which may be true. But it's never going to be the same thing. But that's America. I don't really know much about Slovenian culture. I only lived there for like 3 years. I don't know enough about it. Like the other thing is, it's like, how are these teams going to win? Like Luka's great, but it's Luka and a bunch of other guys. You can't expect him to win gold medals. There's no way.
I think they got to rely.
It'd be like Luka on like the Magic winning a title. Like you just don't have enough good players against the competition. So maybe it would mean more. It'd definitely be harder.
Yeah,
I think he has a much harder chance at even if they played the Olympics every year. It'd obviously be a much bigger challenge to win a gold medal for Slovenia than to win a title with Dallas, or if he ends up somewhere else. So, did Luka say something like that? Is that where that came from?
I don't think that there's any. Oh wait, a few weeks ago, a few weeks ago he said he would rather win the gold.
Yeah. Oh, like, that can't be great. I don't think Hughes likes hearing that. Well, was that when he was pissed at Dallas?
Maybe. And again, because it is only once every 4 years, the NBA would be like, okay, cool. Yeah, at the end of the day, you're still making the money in our league and making the money for us and for our league. So what do we really care?
Yeah, I think U.S. players treat the Olympics like a vacation. Like I get to go party with my friends.
Yeah.
Whoop on a bunch of scrubs and then, I don't know, like sleep with a bunch of foreign women. And that's that.
Yeah.
Similar to our day today.
Very similar.
Good question, Jeremy. We've missed so many questions. People DM us questions all the time. Let me go through the questions real quick. Hold on. I remember Dan Bolio, friend of the program, DM'd me a long time ago when we had the mailbox open and just simply asked, I believe it was verbatim, where does Soapy get the nerve? ? And then where does Soapy get his sick sense of humor? ? I don't know. Seems like it was directed at you.
Again, that's a private, personal matter.
That's HIPAA, bro.
Yep.
Balin asked a while ago, I think, what do you think scarier, deep space or deep ocean? And I've been forever on deep ocean team. I would fuck with the deep ocean for sure. Just because it's so like mysterious. There's so many more like variables down there, I would think. Like if I'm lost in space, I get it. That blows. But if I'm lost in the ocean, and I'm assuming I have like ventilation to breathe, because obviously if not, then that's a whole, like, obviously I don't want to do that. I would just die. But there's so much weird shit and not even at the bottom of the ocean, just in the ocean. Just scary things like probably people have never discovered.
Yep.
Fish are just creepy. I don't know. Very, 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 very creepy. I just picture like that Finding Nemo fish with like the like light bulb attached to his head or whatever it was. Wouldn't want to run into one of those things.
Agree. The ocean is just so much more. I know obviously space is endless, but ocean also pretty big.
It's very vast ocean is what I've heard. But space, it's another whole nother bag of worms.
I also don't like the fact that like with the ocean, you're going down to find these like crazy ass creatures and stuff. Right. So if you do come across something, it's
that gives me the willies.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's so scary. Have you seen do you like shark movies? Like not Jaws. Some good shark. Like there's good shark movies. That's an alligator movie, isn't it?
Okay.
So something I asked you. Lake Placid's a good movie. I like that movie.
I've seen Anaconda, a big shark movie. Big skinny shark. Sorry, I'm no scientist, so I'm not sure.
Gators or sharks? Or gators or snakes? Anacondas.
What's the question?
That's the question. Who would you rather fight?
Oh, who would I rather fight?
Or like have to defend yourself against?
Gators or snakes?
Uh-huh. Like anaconda snakes, like pythons.
Yeah. Do I get to have a weapon?
Nope.
Okay.
You're on a football field. You got to get from one end zone to the other.
Okay.
And the defense is either 11 snakes or 11 alligators in full pads.
I'm going
and you snakes. have one average NFL sized fullback to protect you.
Yeah, I think I would choose.
You have James Devlin on the field with you to protect you, and that's it.
Oh, I'm getting by untouched then.
Okay. Yep, that's fair.
I'd have to go snakes just because I know that they can slither pretty fast, but like crocodiles can, or alligators, whatever.
Yeah.
They can run very fast.
Sure. I guess the main difference is being like bitten and chewed by an alligator or like twisted by a snake. I feel like that would blow. Like just getting like, that's how they kill people, snakes. They don't eat you. They choke you out and then eat you. Whew.
Yeah, it's a two-parter.
Actually, we should get Jeremy on the show for like some animal themed questions. I don't understand how snakes move. I've always like wondered that. Like what is the physical action of slithering? Like if you have a smooth bottom on a surface, how do you move forward without anything to propel you?
So not to get too like,
I'm asking if you know the answer, say it.
Yeah, not to get too into like what I've read on Parler and all that stuff about snakes.
Jesus,
You're familiar with electrons and protons?
Yeah. You don't need to mansplain to me.
Okay.
I know of them. I genuinely don't remember how they work, but I know of them. Yeah.
Well, one's a positive and one's a negative.
Right. Yep.
It's really not much more beyond that.
Nah, that can't be right. Hold on. We'll end here.
Oh, so a snake's head is full of protons and its tail is full of electrons.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, great. Snakes do have limbs like other animals. Oh, do not have limbs. Instead, they move using their flexible body, which consists of a long spine with up to 400 ribs. Muscles, no, what you said isn't true.
400 ribs?
Yeah.
Imagine the Marilyn Manson of snakes being like, damn, how many do I have to remove to try this?
All right, Doc, can we do this in one go, or should I set up like a recurring bi-weekly appointment?
Yeah, should I have you
knock out 10 ribs at a time? I don't feel like this actually looks like a really interesting article.
No, I'm pretty sure what happens is
I mean, what you're saying makes sense. Yeah. I mean, that's how really anything moves, right?
Yeah.
Energy. Yeah.
The energy, the opposing energies on opposing ends of the body kind of attract towards each other, and naturally that propels you forward. And then you just have to choose which direction you want to go in.
It's really good news is, at this point, no one, I assume no one's listening. I don't even know what to call this episode. What did we talk about? A little Lakers.
Yep.
Some snakes on a plane. Have you seen Snakes on a Plane? I've never seen it.
I've never seen it. No. Missing out.
All right. Yeah, Wait,
you talking about the movie, or have I ever seen snakes on an actual flight?
Both. Either. I haven't seen the movie.
I haven't seen the movie. But
did you see the video of that kid on the Frontier flight?
I only saw the tweet, and I was like, I don't want to see this because this sounds terrible.
Boy, that sucked.
Was he groping people?
I think he was like harassing the flight attendants.
Okay.
Well, eventually he punched the flight attendant in the face. And that's when they resorted to duct taping him to his seat.
That's a form of groping-ish.
Yeah. You must go into a flight thinking there's a chance I could have to restrain someone. And it's weird having that solution be, I'm going to duct tape you to a seat. Yeah. I would think maybe handcuffs. I guess I don't know. But how embarrassing is being duct taped to your seat for the remainder of your flight. Hate to see it. Anyway, yeah, we can most certainly wrap up here. Anything real quick before we sign off?
That's it for me.
Me neither. When's the men's game?
Friday night, 10:30.
10:30? That's actually not bad.
Yeah.
That is not bad.
Eastern
I'll be
Standard.
in bed by 9:45, so not too bad. All right. See you guys next time. Peace.